Hello, this is Mesh from Downtime Distractions, having a first look at Super Bomb Rush. So this was out on the 3rd of February on Steam. It's currently in early access, and it's developed and published by Curvature Systems. So before we jump into some gameplay, I'll put the subscription button bottom left hand corner. Please subscribe, it helps us out. Okay, let's have a look at some gameplay. Okay, so here we go, gameplay. This is going to be tricky to play and talk at the same time, so I'll try and keep it brief. So as you see, it starts off very simplistic, right? So you can see the arrows on the left hand side there. You just got to press that in the right sequence before the bomb goes off. Complexity's gone up to 4, and it goes up and up and up. I would really like to see these arrows actually placed in the middle of the screen somehow, as I think you don't really look at anything else in the screen. So why am I just staring at the side? There we go, we've got 6 buttons now. The flashing red is actually enter button. So yeah, I've got to level 30, but that was a tough one. But it does, you do get a bit familiar with it, so it's going to get easier as you go on. But still, it's pretty difficult. It's fun too. It does make you hold on. It's getting tricky now. These are the reverse. Oh! I was gonna say they're the reverse button, the reverse ones. So you see them and you do the reverse of what they're saying. When you start getting to those, then it starts getting tricky. Right, I'll do it once more. See if we can get into the 20s. So it starts off a little bit too easy, but that's alright. It's a good introduction, and it's not easy for long. You know, it's only 5 seconds per bomb. I really do like the design though. If you can actually look, the screen you're looking at now, it's actually a pretty cool design. Ooh, it's getting tricky now. Come on, I can do it. I can do it. I can get to 20s. It would be really good to have this integrated with Steam for leaderboards. That to me would add longevity and replayability. Okay, we'll start doing reverses now. Reverse, reverse. Ooh, that was close. Reversing, reverse. Yeah, getting tricky now. Ooh. No! 18. Anyway, that shows you what the gameplay's like. Right, it's 50 levels of that. You get more as time goes on. It gets a bit more tricky. There's a couple of different things that happen, more keys. Yeah, let me show you the menu, and then I'll get into positives and negatives. Okay, so this is the menu screen. So what we have arcade mode, versus mode, co-op, and a beat rush mode. Only one we can freely play is arcade mode. It's fully unlocked, so we've got 50 levels there. Versus mode has unlocked for me, but I don't think there's anything in there at the moment. It's like press on it and it just resets the game. And these two I don't believe are accessible at the moment either. So what else we have? We have challenges, so achievements, if you will, if you're interested in those. A couple of ones there, a couple of things. And you have unlockables. So this just gives you an idea of how much, you know, what rank you can get to. And interesting, you have a help menu. So this is what a tutorial is. So you'll need to look at this before you start playing to give you an idea of what actually to press. I didn't actually get to the master bombs or the legendary bombs, so I didn't actually get to that point. I think that must be in the 30s and the 40s and 50s. I only got to the 30s. Credits, and this is what a quit button is, which is very strange. Oh, I don't know why I'd put quit here. I think you should be putting quit next to here. But yeah, that was something obviously they can adjust going forward. But yeah, let's jump into positives and negatives of this game. Let us start with graphics. How does the game visually look? I think it looks good. I like the design. I like the kind of cartoony, very bright interface. Nothing amazing, you know. It's a very simplistic game, so it's going to be simple graphics, because in essence it's not a graphics game, it's a reaction input game, you know. So it is going to be very simple, because for the most part you're staring at that arrow bar, or the bar on the left, trying to get the right sequence of inputs. So you know that's primarily what you're looking at. So I think graphically it's functional. I like the design of it, so I'll give it, yeah, it's not too bad. It does the job. It could be a bit better. They could streamline it a bit more, but I'll get into suggestions after we've done this. Okay, and audio. The voice acting is good. I think it sounds very professional and good quality, and the audio is good quality overall. The soundtracks work nicely with the game and the gameplay, and not always my cup of tea, but I think they're perfectly acceptable. I would also kind of like to see maybe you could change it so you just have almost like an old school countdown noise, you know, almost like a clock. That would be pretty cool. Just maybe swap out that music for more of an intense old clock ticking away in the background. I think that might add a bit of fun to it as well. Okay, and then let's move on to the main pith, or the core of the game, which is gameplay. I think whilst the game is simple in design, it is fun. It can provide longevity and replayability if they get a bit of add a few more features going forward. But at the moment in the arcade mode, it's fun. I got to in the 30s out of 50, and it does get pretty tricky. So you're gonna have a bit of a challenge going forward. Some people will just destroy it very simply because some people really like this type of game. But for the most part, it is challenging, and it is fun and rewarding. Don't expect anything amazing. It's just a little simple game, but I still think the gameplay is solid and it's a good concept. So let's talk about suggestions for them going forward. I think my main suggestion would be moving the input arrows, so what you need to do, to the center of the screen, so that you're not always looking at the side of the screen and missing out on everything. If you move it more central, maybe it would be better to actually see the visuals of the rest of the stuff, so you could see the bomb a bit better. That would be one thing. More options, I guess, an option menu so you can change the resolution, full screen and windowed mode, more audio options, and I didn't get to level 50, but I'd like to see the complexity, if anything, ramp the complexity up and increase the timer on the bombs. So maybe make a mode where you can have 10 seconds on a bomb and have a massively complex sequence that you need to get right. So you could really mix it up with stuff like that. But yeah, so there's some suggestions for the devs if they watch this. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fun little game. The cost at the moment is $7.19 US, and it is an early access. To me, I think that is probably the maximum for this game. I read on the Steam page that they're going to increase it when it comes out of early access. I think that would be a mistake. I think going over to $5 is a push for a game of this style, with, I guess, such a minimalist design. You know, you can have all the content you want, but in essence it's the same gameplay the whole way through. So yeah, that would be my suggestion as well, is not ramping up the price. I think you're going to put off a couple of people, because it is such a simple game. But yeah, so I'll leave it there. So I say, yeah, just wrap up. Graphics, good design, very functional. Audio, yeah, that's pretty not too bad. And gameplay is a lot of fun, but it's very simplistic, so don't expect anything amazing. And so yeah, have a look at it on Steam. I'll put the Steam link below. And thanks for watching the video. Give me a like if you liked it, subscribe, and give us a comment, and we'll see you next time.